Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moonride. This is Dave Johnson. I'm channeling the man in the moon today. So, do you ever walk into a room and you're just like, "Oh, that's telling me I shouldn't be here. Something's not right." Everyone I know who is intuitive is saying the same thing. So, if you're feeling that, you are not crazy. And I'm going to recommend that you do something that I keep doing. And that is, I'm kind of praying, I'm kind of meditating and connecting to the light in the way that I do. And please do that in your own way. And as I connect, I suddenly get a feeling it's just not over. I feel better. I feel when I connect to this light that I'm getting taken care of. I can't explain it. And that, of course, is the value of all intuitive readers. We can't explain what we do, but it's still real. Check it for yourself. At the minimum, you will probably feel better. And prayers and connecting to light always help. Here's a couple of interesting things that have just taken place. I found this out yesterday, and I've sent some mention to a bunch of people. But there's a character named Alfie Oaks, and his home just got raided. He lives in South Florida. He's a big Trump supporter. And oh, by the way, this is all for entertainment purposes only. But this fellow was searched by a bunch of departments, not just the Department of Justice, but I think the Department of Defense, a couple other institutions. You know, the Department of Defense. What could this fellow have been doing in his house that would involve the interests of the Department of Defense? And if you look carefully, the interests seem to be uh, having to do with cybercrime. And those institutions together, one of the things that they do is investigate election interference. So keep your eye on this story. Again, it's Alfie Oaks, and he's a big fat Trump supporter. Here's another story I just heard from a friend of mine, just sent it to me, and that is Joe Rogan has stated that Elon Musk knew the results of the election 4 hours before it was called, thanks to an app that he had created. Huh. Pay attention to these little stories. I get something is coming up really quick. And every time I look at another reader, I get the same thing. I'm going to take a look, first of all, at just if they cheated, if something went down like that, how it could have happened. And let's just be a little more specific. I do think that they cheated, and I want to see what it is they did exactly. Okay, Spirit, let's see. First of all, can you show me Elon Musk's energy? So here's how I see Musk. And, he always gives me the impression of this kind of genius person who's smart in these really particular ways, but really stupid in other ways. Like if you listen to him talk, he looks like he's in outer space, like he's kind of detached. That's what I see. It's like he's rapidly attending to all of these details on one side, but he doesn't turn around and see that there's something else going on behind him. He's rushing around, and he seems really desperate. I think Elon knew that he would be in some kind of trouble. I just think that he knew his power would be reduced uh, if Trump didn't win. But he's really freaking out. So let's ask, Spirit, does he know that people are looking at him? Strange. He's smoking a cigarette. He's actually smoking a cigarette with a cigarette holder. Doing fun. And it's like this aloof, oh yeah, I've got my cigarette, I'm glamorous, kind of aloof. I think that's just another mention of just this sort of I have tamed. playing on a piano, and it's almost like he's trying to distract people with the music. The Titanic sinking, but he's just like ding 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 ding. It just gives me a sort of feeling of all that information we put out is so distracting. And I notice even now when I tune in and try to find out some of this information, it's just all this distracting information and blaming. And so, uh, how did he do it? So there's, like it's like whack-a-mole. There's like these posts which he's hitting, and they're different levels and different sizes. It's like it, it's just something very complex. I would suggest that whatever happened, it functioned on a variety of levels. There wasn't one way. And he's smoking that cigarette again. So now I see agents behind him, and he's just pretending not to see them. Now he's a little bit nervous. Now he's starting to chain smoke. He's giving me a feeling like he wants to shake the FBI, like they're tailing him and he wants to leave. He goes in the side door of the building that he owns. He goes upstairs. He makes a phone call. It could be that he's making it on some kind of special phone where the number can't be traced. It's in a drawer. It's not like a regular phone at all. That phone. He's smashing it. He's destroying the phone. Okay, what else? What else is happening? He's becoming very nervous. He's starting to bark out orders to people about what they need to do in a sort of death-threat way. And he just seems to be running away, like he's trying to leave. Is there anything else we should know about Musk? Well, I often, when I see a cigarette, people smoking cigarettes, I often feel like it's just a signal of a bad habit, right? They may not be smokers. It's just they have this bad habit, right? And it's symbolic of that. And now I just see him indulging in a lot of bad habits. It's like he wants to escape in his own mind. Is there anything else now? There's nothing else to say about him except that when he looks at me, he looks like a deer in headlights. All right. Let's check out this guy, Alfie Oaks. This very arrogant person. His money makes him feel very, very arrogant. But he did something wrong. He made a mistake. I think he's already been under investigation for crimes, and he's made this mistake. So it's a little less casual, but he's got a bright idea, and that is just to take steps to cover it up or to secure power enough so that he can make it go away. What is that? When you used to see shows about phones and how they would like connect you to long distance and they have like that wire and they pop it in the slot. It's like there's those things, those funny things for the old telephones with the things where you walk in the end, but there's like lots of them and sort of a fan going out in every direction. It has something to do with money, as in maybe people were paid off. It's not a lot of money to him, but it's a lot of money to them. Some of these people are just very brutal, very craven. Yeah, it's those connections that we need to know more about. Each of those connections. And I kind of get the same thing with Musk. He is surprised though, because it's almost like he walks under a bucket of water and the bucket trips and pours all over his head. This is a public shaming, like a public embarrassment. And then he's sort of just standing there very wet. Now he tries to light a cigarette and somebody puts it out. Like he can't play this off as a nonchalant. I see a jail that might just be this man is trying to prevent himself from going to jail by getting on the right side. But is there anything more to the jail? Seems like, businessman jail. Hmm, okay. It does seem like there's some other people that are in jail with him. It's like he's in this building, but he can see across him there's another building of people. I have a feeling that they are Trump people, but I'm gonna wait this one out and see what else we know. But there's one other thing that I think will ease your conscience here. These people, Dick Cheney's of the world, the generals who opposed Trump, business people who did not support him, they're not going to wait around and see if Trump takes their companies and puts them in concentration camps. That's not how power works. These people didn't get into these positions so that they could pay tithings to a Putin. I don't believe they're going to let him take the presidency. It is an existential risk to extremely powerful people, including Republicans. This isn't going to happen in the way that we imagine that it's going to happen right now. Something's going to change. Thanks so much for watching.